Welcome to the channel. I am Books Nelson with the At Me Bro Show, and we're going to do a deep dive on Galaxy Opal James Harden. Yes, I did the grind, and I am now officially insane. So, so first and foremost, I mean, he's bringing a lot of stats to the table. He's got a lot going for him. 99 midi, 99 3. You guys can see it all here. He's basically super juice. 84, I would say 84 drive and dunk though. So first thing I would say is I would probably throw a dunk shoe on him just to get that dunk over 85 by default to ensure that you're always getting those contact dunks even when he's a little tired. All right, 99 ball handle, which by the way, you can definitely feel the 99 ball handle. I played a little with his one of his other cards, and this card does feel faster because of the extra ball handling. So you see he's got an 84 post fade, not really a post up guy, so that's understandable. Great rebounding. So this is one thing I want to say first and foremost, right? Like this card is definitely above average as far as rebounding goes. So I love that. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's make sure I have this all straight. Bam. Okay, so yeah, so his interior defense is at 83. So these are the two things I really like about the card. Is in addition to him being 6'5", he has the stats to play really big. I absolutely love that. All right, 92 steal, which actually, as much as people would think that might be inaccurate, James Harden is actually always really good at steals. And when he wasn't playing defense, that was the one thing that he was doing. Now he's a solid post-up defender, and when he's putting in an effort, he's actually, he's not a meme anymore. He's not Kawhi, but he's not a meme anymore when he's putting in the effort. 70 block, which is not too great. 94 lateral quickness, which is great, and a 99 speed. So 6'5", 99 speed, and great interior ratings overall. So we love that. So let's take a look at the badges real quick before we get into the dribbles. So defense, he's got Hall of Fame clamps and no intimidator. So that's the number one thing. Now, for me, intimidator is not make or break. It's more of a icing on the cake type issue, especially when you have a decent shot contest. So let's look at his shot contest. Is a 75. I don't love that. Definitely don't love that. See what his shot contest tendency is. So I'm really curious to see. How this card defends on the perimeter. Now he does have the lateral quickness and he does have clamps. It's really closing out to shots that you're going to be curious about. There we go. Contest shot tendencies is 65. So that could be a little bit of a problem with this card. If you're playing defense with this card and he's just not all over people defensively when they're shooting, that could be the issue. But again, excellent lateral quickness and Hall of Fame clamps. So he's far from, and he's also got pickpocket, chase down artist, a great steal rating. So he's not a bad defender. He just has a defensive weakness, is what I would say, which is contesting shots. So playmaking, Hall of Fame. Well, let's go all the way to the top. I mean, he basically has every good playmaking badge, Hall of Fame. All right. If there's something you guys don't see here, let me know. But I'm not going to name every single Hall of Fame and gold badge he has. He has them all. All right. So going to the shooting badge, it's got that Hall of Fame Deadeye, Hall of Fame Green Machine, range extender, and the quick draw is only on gold. So that's another, I would say, a little baby negative on the card. It's not like you need Hall of Fame quick draw to play the game, but the cards that have Hall of Fame quick draw tend to be better scorers than the cards that don't. All right, we see here all of his finishing badges are Hall of Fame, and he basically has all of the good ones. All right, let's get right to the animations. So first things first, hot zones everywhere. James shot. It's actually really nice. It's a really nice jumper. It's actually really easy to see where you're supposed to release it too because of the way he holds it like straight up in the air. So I haven't shot around with this card pretty much at all, and I can already tell you this is a really, really nice jumper. Really nice. All right, let's see what that jumper looks like on the leaner. Although I don't see James Harden shoot too many leaners in real life. He always squares up. And there we go. He's always squaring up. I like it. I like it. He squares up for his leaner. That's actually a little bit of real life there. And now we're going to look at the, first we'll look at the peekaboo. Actually, nice speed on the peekaboo for gold quick draw. That's much better than most gold quick draw shooters are, I have to say. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. That's pretty fast. That's fast enough that I definitely already am like, okay, I like this, you know. And I'll look at the pro. Boom. Oh, that's nice too. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I could definitely play this guy. Oh yeah, he's really, really good. Okay. All right. I'm liking it. Let's see the full court dribbles. Very nice behind the back. Very good between the legs. He doesn't have the best between the legs. I'd say he has a second tier between the legs, but he has an A tier behind the back and an A tier crossover. Oh my god, that is a phenomenal crossover. Oh wow, that crossover and that his between the legs is really good. Don't get me wrong. It's just not as elite as his behind the back. But yeah, that's lovely. Look at that behind the back. Look at the speed boost on that. This card looks like he might be very good. If this card defends well, he's definitely a very good card. All right, let's look at some more of these dribbles. Let's see his left stick hesitation cross. It's good. It's not as elite as some of the people, like some of the best. Let's look at his right. Ooh, but his right stick crossover out of the hezzy is better than most. So that's really, really strong. All right, so let's take a look at his size up. So he has his own unique size up, which is really interesting. He's got this kind of, you know, the James Harden bit right here where you kind of do this stuff. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have to experiment with this and see how good it is. I have to play around with this a little while to let you know if this is good or bad because it's so unique. Because he's so James Harden the way he moves. Like he's like got these little kind of micro steps and stuff like that. He's got such a unique style that it's going to take me a while to really figure out the unique aspect of his dribbling. So I'm going to put no judgment on that so far and just say, hey, look, this is his unique size up. All right. So for the rest of his size up package, his step back is not great. Step back is not great, but that's not the step back you're supposed to be using with James Harden. So that's holding turbo and back on the right stick. So that's not the one you're supposed to use. The one you're supposed to use is that one, right? And that's obviously fantastic. He just travels, walks wherever he wants to. He just picks up the ball and starts walking around. I know some people say that's not a travel, and sometimes it's not a travel, but sometimes it is. And so he has a built-in travel in the game where he clearly takes 17 steps into his shooting range. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all. All right. So off the dribble, let's see what that looks like. All right, I gotta shorten it there. So the thing about it, guys, is you can combo that out of dribble moves, right? And see, that's really, really nice. So it's another highly unique dribble for James Harden. So that's the thing. He has the behind the back teleport as well. So the one thing I would say about James Harden is he's very much a unique character. And anybody who gets this card, I would very much suggest that you take the time to get invested and like learn how to use this card because he's not the average card. Like people complain about cards all playing the same. Well, this James Harden card has definitely got his own stuff. You see what it looks like when you do the momentum. The ball actually teleports out of the momentum into his step back. That's one of the best step back things I've seen in the game. That's crazy. That's really sick. And if you get good at that step back move to the point where you can just pull it on people, that's phenomenal. Cam Powell, which step back is that? That is holding right trigger and I'm pressing the right stick. If the ball's in my right hand, I'm pressing it at 7 o'clock. And if the ball's in my left hand, I'm pressing it at 5 o'clock. All right. So yeah, so that's really sick. I like this guy. I like this card. All right, let's get to more of the important dribbles here. So he has the Pro Hezzy. And guys, let me tell you, I don't know if it's the 99 ball handling, but when he switches sides, he switches sides really fast. I don't know if you saw it on the second one there. If you time it perfectly, his side switch is insanely fast. It's one of the fastest in the game. I don't know what governs that side switch there, but for James Harden, it is really, really crazy. Another thing that James has is he has the Steph Curry switch in the perimeter where he can kind of stop short and then switch sides. So mix that with the Pro Hezzy, and he's got like a lot of ways to really wiggle around the perimeter. So it's unfortunate that he doesn't have a good normal step back, but you mix that in with his regular step back, and he's fine, you know, because he can throw that in at any time and he explodes out of it just fine. Again, like I said, some cards they have trouble exploding out of that step back, but he does not have that trouble at all. So he has a fast enough size up to do all of the between the legs stuff. His killer crossover isn't the fastest, but I'll show it to you guys. Oh, he settles down. So yeah, not the best killer crossover. I'll look for the double cross. His double cross is actually very, very good. So he doesn't have the killer crossover, but he does have the double cross, which is really nice. If you guys aren't sure what the double cross is, just look up my video on that one. But it's a very nice explosive dribble that you can use. Yeah, so yeah, he explodes out of all his dribbles really well. Very, very well. So let's see what else he's got. Let's look at his half spin behind the back combo. Looking good. One of the best in the game. He has like an absolutely, I would say, S tier behind the back. Let's look at it between the legs. So the nice thing here is because his between the legs and behind the back are both good but both different, you have the option to make a read here and go for a jumper or a peekaboo, a peekaboo or a leaner with James off of the half spin, or you can go right to the bucket off the half spin. So James has a really nice half spin combo mix up. So he has a lot of combo mix ups overall, I have to say. Like the ability to throw that behind the back end and just speed boost towards the basket, that is really nice. It's a little bit of a shame about his regular step back, but because he has a unique step back, you see there he snatches completely in the other direction. The ball actually teleports a little bit. So he's got almost kind of a step back peekaboo situation going on, right? Where he crosses over and then look at that. Look how glitchy that is. That is so good. That is insane. I gotta definitely master that and really learn how to play with this card because he definitely looks like a lot of fun. And to go behind the back and come the other way. Speaking of which, let's look at some more of his behind the back between the leg stuff. So that's that. He has the behind the back between the legs full combo situation. And because of the way he dribbles between the legs, so guys, check out his between the legs dribble. He's got that low between the legs dribble, which allows you to change which way you're doing stuff at very low cost. You see that? You can just pump, like do it twice, and then go whichever way you want. You can really play with the ball with this card. If you master this card and you get sick with it, you can definitely have a lot of fun with this card for sure. I would say he's going to be good in both MTU and triple threat, but in triple threat you're really going to be able to have like a lot of fun. I mean, look at that. How do you even deal with that? I would literally just spend hours and hours trying to master the release of that. I'm not ignoring y'all today. Let me go ahead and check out the chat. Cam Powell, Project Elevate, B. Wilson, Stefan Stojanovic. I almost called you Stojakovic. Yeah, man, that he said is if you start taking side steps and step backs with him, he's a brick. Maybe one of those step backs. I don't know, but the fadeaway one, I could tell you on the other card, I was able to green it on high difficulties, pretty easy. These step backs. This step back is definitely greenable, 100%. I mean, I shot it from half court right there, so obviously not. But I think if you master that one, that you can definitely hit that. You can definitely hit that. You just got to get in the green window. But again, you can also dribble out of it too, which is fantastic. But all right, so what else do we need to look at? Layup packages. I think I looked at all of his dribbles, right? I don't think there's any dribbles left. All right, so let's see his layup packages. Oh yeah, we gotta look at his Euro step. He is Captain Euro step. Let's take a look there. That actually is a really, really good one because it's fast and he cradles it. So I would imagine. Oh yeah, yeah, he moves it one way and then the other way. I really would like to see that in the heat of a competition, see if that's effective. Yeah, because he really moves the ball around you. I wonder how good that is. I was just doing that with RJ Barrett. He had a pretty good one as well. All right, Euro step is solid. Let's look at the floater. I think he had Hall of Fame teardropper. Oh man, his teardropper has gotten really great. That used to be the one weakness in his game, was when he was going to the basket, people would give him kind of the teardropper because they would try to pretend they would run him off the three-point line and then wait for the layup, and he just mastered the teardropper like in this last year and a half or so. Although I will say I have not mastered his teardropper because I'm getting a lot of full whites here. So hopefully, does he have Hall of Fame teardropper? I always forget to specifically look at that card. What am I doing? Here we go. He does have Hall of Fame teardropper. Alright, so it could just be user error there. Usually I don't have too much of a problem greening teardroppers. That was terrible timing. But I'm going to give him a thumbs up on the teardropper. There we go. And just blame it on the fact that I haven't shot teardroppers with this card yet. You guys know, anything shooting related, I always say get in and practice for at least an hour before you like fully judge it. Unless it feels like really, really good. If you hit like 5 greens in a row when you shoot a card, and the green window feels massive, it's obviously a good release. But if it doesn't feel good, you might just need to get in the green window. I feel like Dino Rogers like that. But anyway, looking at his dunk packages, so he's got these really nice, safe, high elevation dunks, and it looks like he's an ambidextrous dunker. Yeah, he has a little bit of a gather going to the right. Because we all know James is a lefty. I'm going to look at a couple more right-handed dunks just to see. Okay, so with the full... Oh, he didn't dunk that. That was crazy. And I didn't look at his hop steps or his triple threat. And we're going to look at that as well. I forgot who was yelling at me for not getting in a triple threat. So he's a semi-ambidextrous dunker. He's not as good going to the right, but he's also not... Oh, no, he has a terrible gather. And his flashy going to the right is fantastic. Really fantastic. And we're going to look at the two-hander going to the right. Okay, so there's a gather on the two-hander, but it is a good dunk for having a gather in it. Let's see. Go to the left hand, and I did too much. He didn't want to dunk. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, his left-hand dunks are fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And actually, I didn't test his left-hand dunk with the side switch. Yeah, really nice with the side switch. So he's a very good dunker and he has James Harden's dunk package too. Credit to them. I mean, maybe one or two of these is a little outside the pale. God, that is so good. That is so awesome. Let's see his hop dunk. Okay, he did not hop dunk. I'll try a few more hop dunks. There we go. Solid hop dunk. That's not really his game. In the lane, I would definitely say floaters and Euro steps and that kind of thing. Yeah, he's not Mr. Hop Dunk, which is good. I don't know if I've ever seen James Harden do a hop dunk. So I like that he's his own character. I love that about this game. When a card plays their own way, that really entertains me a lot. And I think this card is definitely the poster boy for that. He's a card that you want to invest into this card and not play him the way you play other cards, because he's got his own like wiggles. He's got his own combos. His size up package is excellent. His hesitation is excellent. His behind the back is excellent. His between the legs is just shy of excellent. His jumper is fantastic. His peekaboo is fantastic. Let me say, his peekaboo, I wouldn't call it fantastic. I would say it's good. I would say it's probably very good, like second tier, or maybe... See, because Dwayne Wade is so far ahead of everybody else. Like Dwayne Wade is like top 1 by a mile. Right, and then you have the second group, like the Brandon Roys, who I consider A tier, but they're just not at, they're not the level of Dwayne Wade, but they're also very, very good. He is right behind that, so he's like RJ Barrett almost, maybe a little bit faster than RJ, but it feels really good. Big old green window, so that's fantastic as well. Yeah, great dunk animations from both hands. Man, and the thing is, his one weakness offensively is that he doesn't have a good regular step back, but he has his own unique step back, so he doesn't need the same garden variety step back that everybody else has if you use it properly. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely give this guy a big thumbs up. In fact, I had the Jamal Crawford card and I sold him because I knew I was gonna get this Harden, and I was thinking, oh man, I really hope I didn't sell a card that's much better, because I do like the way Crawford handles the rock a lot. But I'm gonna say I like this James Harden card, at least in freestyle. I like the James Harden card more than the Jamal Crawford card, and I like the Jamal Crawford card, but I like this card more, especially since this card is an interior defender. The way this card can just wiggle around with these dribbles going left to right and stuff is like crazy. Yeah, he's definitely got his own stuff, man. I like him. I like him a lot. He's definitely going to be... He's probably going to start for me, and I'll back up with Dwayne Wade. But yeah, he's definitely got some beautiful stuff. All right, so that is going to... I think that's going to close it out for the Harden review. We looked at his layups. We looked at his... Oh yeah, we didn't look at the triple threat. Let's look at that triple threat. All right. Oh wow, he's really fast out of the triple threat. You can feel that 99 speed and Hall of Fame quick first step. You really can feel it. He bursts out of that thing really fast. Guys, I think this card's very good. So I guess the last question would be, is he worth grinding for? Now, I would say no if your grind is going to be, I'm grinding all of these teams for 80 hours to get this one card. Then no. But I actually have an all spotlight team here, and I'm going to do a separate video on that. I'll probably do it for Operation Sports. But if we were just to do a quick overview of these cards, right? How many of these cards are good? So this is my kind of, in fact, we can back out here. So yeah, that's the breakdown on James Harden. You guys decide if you like what you see. You guys know these are breakdowns, not necessarily card reviews. While I will give my personal opinion on certain things, the point of these videos is to inform you of what the card does and let you decide for yourself, because everybody has a different play style, a different team, a different economy. You know what I mean? So all of that stuff is going to affect whether or not that card is a right card for you. Okay. So if you look at all of the spotlights, these are what I view to be the overall best spotlight cards, right? Let me look at my diamonds real quick. There might be somebody here. I have Steven Adams on there because I'm a big Steven Adams fan, but I will not poison you guys with my bias right now. So if I was going to put one more spotlight in here, honestly, it's a pick'em between Eric Bledsoe. If you play with non-shooting centers, Mitchell Robinson's fantastic. Dice can really shoot. Don't like Murray. I actually haven't played with Ingles yet. So, oh no, I did shoot around with Ingles. I think he was okay. So maybe Ingles. There's a whole lot of cards that could get that last slot. If you don't need range extender, Matisse, PJ Washington's cool. So I think any of those cards, it's fine, right? Any of those cards is fine. Where they're not, it's not a big deal either way. Whether you get it, you can also put. I think he has range. Yeah, he has Hall of Fame range extender. Malik Beasley has Hall of Fame range extender. You can use him. So you can make a case for any of the cards to replace Steven Adams here. Everybody else, I feel, is probably fairly on point in terms of who the best overall cards are. So if you was to look here, these four guys right here in this position are all playable cards against the God Squad. That's not my opinion. I've seen it. I've seen all of these cards used in my Team Unlimited versus God Squads and win, right? These are all top tier cards. It doesn't mean that they're number one at their position, but it means that they're in the conversation, they can compete, right? So Siakam's great. Cameron Reddish is fantastic. Obviously, you can also put him at the 2, where he's really, really high tier at the 2. I think Kevin Porter has one of the best overall signature packages in the game. So these four guys are totally worth getting. Brogdon. Now, there are a bajillion point guards in the game, but I will say Brogdon is a very solid perimeter defender. He generally solid dribbler and a fantastic shooter. Absolutely fantastic shooter. And at 6'5", there are certain guys he's going to be able to stand up to. I haven't done a deep dive on Ingram yet. I did one on the old Ingram card, which I absolutely loved. So yeah, so that was that. I'm not sure if I got too good of a look at Brandon Clark. I think I took a little look at him and he looked pretty good. And then the rest of these guys are fine. Although I will say this Will Barton is, I think, a little better than people give him credit for. Particularly if you really like slashers, I think this Will Barton's pretty good. He's a little slow on the jumper, but outside of that, he's got a lot of things going for him. Very fast feeling card. The card feels really fast. Kind of reminds me of James, the way he explodes out of his triple threat stuff. So my thing is, depending on what you already have, like 7 or 8 of these cards are like cards you want. I didn't even mention Rocco, right? Rocco is also a top tier 3 and D guy, like absolutely top tier. Huge character model, moves fantastic on defense. Again, you see him in some of the best lineups in the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these cards are cards that you kind of want to have. Unfortunately, 2 of them are what you unlock for the other teams. Now, that having been said, Brogdon's nice, Clark's fine, Wood's fine, Chris is fine, Barton's solid, McGee's fine. The rest of these are solid cards that may or may not be better than what you have in your collection. But if those cards in your collection are soaking up MT unnecessarily, then you can sell those cards, use these cards, and then upgrade one of these positions, preferably center, and get yourself a Bol, Dino Raja, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, somebody, splash the pot on what the spotlights are weak at. And if you do that, I think that makes it worth it. All right? So that's all up to the individual, but I will say I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I have James Harden, and I look forward to using him, and I will definitely be using him at the probably starting point guard spot for now, because I don't prefer big point guards. I have Bonga in case I need to defend a big point guard, but I prefer, the better you are at this stuff, the more I like you. You know, all the perimeter stuff is what I really like. So if you can really be good at this kind of thing and dance around the perimeter, that's my priority. I'll trade 3 for 2 if I can do that. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for the James Harden deep dive and a little mini review on whether or not it was worth it to do the spotlights. It definitely felt worth it to me. Again, it's a bit of a grind. Don't drive yourself crazy with it. And of course, I'm not even mentioning the fact that 2K said that there's some big surprise that you need Harden for. So that might make it even more worth it. Okay, so obviously if you're already running a God squad, don't bother with it. But if you're building your squad up and you're trying to get some NT, get some resources, yeah, this is what I have, and that's what you're in for. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Matt Skizzy asked, do we get to watch you cheese some real people someday? I've actually been recording Triple Threat Online footage for you guys, so it's just a matter of me editing and deciding what format I want to put those videos up. I will see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and peace. Yeah, that's a great point, Project Elevate. It's also collector level. That's a big part of the reason I kept pushing forward with it. Is I'm almost at the point where I'm getting 200 tokens, so I wanted to get that.